Does the thought of artificial intelligence freak you out? I think there are some good things that can be done with it. My team at WIBW, they've crafted some pretty interesting stuff, not with making content, but with almost like having an extra secretary or staff member on hand using the technology to better serve what they do with just their storing and archiving and that sort of thing. So I think that's pretty cool. I was talking to some people with a big tech company, huge tech company this past week, and they were talking about how they use AI to combat things like cybercrime and scammers and stuff like that. And I think that's wonderful. But at the same time, scammers are also using AI to feed into what we have, what we know. I got a weird email this past week, and I don't think it's a sophisticated scammer. I think scammers are finding a use for artificial intelligence. But I got an email from a colleague of mine, and the details of the email were so specific. The name dropping, the conversations that were had, I just felt like this person knows who I am. And I don't think it's someone that's just, click, 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 looking through, my friend's email. I think it's the use of AI, finding keywords and things that would matter in our conversations, and then finding a way to make it look like, they're in need of some money or whatever it is. And it was pretty believable. I mean, I didn't buy into it. And the funny part is one of the people included in that conversation, there were a few of us, but one of them's an investigative reporter, one of the most respected in the country. And I sent him a note and I'm like, oh, they were trying to trick me. But I'm like, no way. And it's just wild to think about that. But this is just, I feel like the early stages of AI. And I think there can be positives with it. I think it's fun to use for entertainment. The other day, and I want you to do this, go and ask it to roast something. So I asked it to roast some people. Hilarious. I'm not going to say who. I asked it to roast some TV stations I've worked for. Hilarious. You should try it too. And then I asked it to roast myself. Pretty funny. Maybe I'll put a post up with what it said because I'm just like dying. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty spot on. My favorite though is having it roast cities. So asking like ChatGPT, say, roast the city of Wichita. Chef's kiss, so funny. That to me is worth it. I mean, I don't know if somehow that compromises our data or whatever and puts us at risk for hacking and all that stuff. I don't think so, but that to me is like that use of AI. I could use more of that. So funny stuff, but otherwise freaky. I'm just not sure. Anyway, yeah, AI. The future is here. We were talking about it amongst friends the other day, how years ago the thought was to ask or inspire or encourage kids to go and not learn AI, because that was before right now, but to use, to learn things like coding and stuff like that. And how now that's maybe a little bit dated. Like coding is a thing of the past. Not saying it's not relevant. It's important still today, but AI might be the new thing that we're encouraging young people to explore. The question though, what will be after AI? Tricky thoughts. Yikes.